The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it. For check it. Green select glucometer, check it. Push sugar level, for check it. For check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Step into a world of exquisite fragrances at Ghana's #1 perfume hub. Visit us at Rack Luxury Perfume, located in Santa Maria, Asiama Junction, or find us in New Akimota, opposite Christ Redeemed Glory Church. Just a 3-minute walk from Akimota Melcombe, your journey to finding the perfect scent begins here. Whether you're shopping for yourself or looking for the perfect gift, we offer an extensive collection for both wholesale and retail. Proudly, we are the exclusive sole distributor for the luxurious Gloria perfume. Follow us on social media for the latest updates and exclusive deals. Find us on Instagram at rack_perfumes and on Snapchat and TikTok at rack_perfumes. Connect with us on Facebook at Rack Luxury Perfumes and be the first to know about new arrivals. Reach out to us at +233 59 461 6199 or WhatsApp at 059 861 2592. Rack Luxury Perfumes. Smell unique, smell classy.
Back from a very stressful weekend, and we are here to do it for God and country. This is Showbiz Daily. My name is Sammy Flex. Team is seated for us to run the show as usual, and we have been running it every day. And today we are going to recall or review some of the activities over the weekend, knowing it is a Monday evening here on Sammy Flex TV. And in the studio, you can see the main men are seated. In Team Dode Solomon in the middle, he's also called Chemo from Sammy Flex TV as our online manager, and of course in Team Dosu Digital Solutions, as well as Roland Report. He is also one of our special guests here. He also works with Shatta Movement, Shagzy, Roland Report on YouTube, and RolandReport.com. Behind the scenes, Digital Rasta is called Currency, who is doing our camera for us, and Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. You are also part of us. God bless you for always choosing Sammy Flex TV when it comes to matters like this. Now, so many activities happened over the weekend, and as much as we are seated, it feels good to have a review of some of these activities before we even move on into the other ones. Now, let me start with an interview JMJ, aka Jam Master J, who is the boss of Extra Large Music. They were the handlers of female dancehall musician Kakie. And today, a statement that he's put out has been shocking to many people. And why do I say this is a shocking statement to many people? He's telling the world that he never made any money from doing Kakie's job. And people are surprised, like, oh, how? Oh, how? Oh, how? Oh, how? According to him, even now, he's still paying debt. He says he's still paying debt about Kakie's job now. And among folks, says, hey, with all the sleepless nights and the jumping here, fighting here, the way Master J was fighting everybody, including me, and yet he still couldn't make money. What is the problem? Is there a solution to this? Well, let's watch a set of this interview with Kwame Dazi on Joy FM's Showbiz Rhythm A to Z. And when I come back, we start talking and other issues as well.
Did you make money from Kakie's projects?
As
we speak.
Did you make money from Kakie's projects?
As we speak, I'm still servicing debt.
How?
Yes.
Eka. Debt.
Yeah.
How?
But
her songs are there and you own the rights to the songs.
Like I told you, you see, because of the time those songs came out, social media and the knowledge of how to put the songs at the right places, we didn't know. Half of our songs are being monetized by other people on YouTube.
But she played shows.
So where we were seeing inflows were direct shows. That's why back then we paid attention to shows more than all of these things. That's also why the old artists could not transition into the new era, because they were used to the old ways of working, where an executive producer will go and pay the studio, they'll finish, Big Ben will buy the album, and then the next thing is Obo show. So he and Big Ben were just a cut. Now the next thing is his show. He's going. Now it's not like that.
Well, I know to some people who are investing into this space, stories like this kind of discourages them, and I want to get the views of my people here in the studio, starting with Chemo. Chemo already talking off air. Chemo, Master J says nothing.
Oh, it's sad. It's sad when a prominent figure in the industry, an influential person as such, talks like that. It's sad. It's like, so is it okay to even go or venture into this kind of business, or you should find something else? For me, I believe some of the things that he say it could be true, or it's true, because yes, from their time, I think it was difficult to monetize online. So they were depending on going for shows and doing other stuff. And then he said at some point, those who knew at that time that you can monetize it online took advantage of it. And so people were doing it and taking the money on their behalf, or they were just ripping them off like that, because they knew how to monetize it, and the producer or the owner of the thing himself, he couldn't know how to do it. I believe him. That one I believe him. But the way he said it, like he didn't make any money from the Kakie thing, I have some doubts. I mean, I can't say it for sure because I don't have any evidence. But the way he said it, I doubt the message that he's giving out there. And again, I've watched other version of the interview where he was saying that at the time that he was a producer, he didn't make anything. He was even giving people money when they come to his studio. My question at that time was, so why were you doing that? Like, what? You didn't get anything. You were even paying people and producing them at the same time. So what is it? Was it a business for you, or it was something that you were doing for fun? I don't get it. His presentation was some way. He's a prominent figure in the industry. He has influence, like when it comes to the music production and even managing artists. So I'm disappointed that he didn't make any money in the industry. If he didn't make money at the time, and it's like, so what about the rest? Even the influential person couldn't make money. What about those who were behind somebody like him? What
and
really
do not have this kind of
influence? So he should come again, and if he's telling the truth as he got it at the time, then I'm sorry, it's not a good business to venture. Just unless you don't know JMJ. JMJ, he's an influential person when you talk about music production and even record label handlers or managers in the industry. So if he didn't make money, or if he couldn't make money at the time, then I have to weep for those who were behind him. It's a sad story for me. So I'm a bit skeptical about his thing. I mean, some of the things that he's saying, it's obvious, we all know, but there are certain things that I really doubt if he's giving us the full
right
story.
Well, let me move on to Roland Amate. Listen to what he also has to say. After that, Richie, I hear Fosu has released a press statement. Look for that for me to be my next story. But before, Roland will speak on JMJ.
We need to think our future. because if JMJ, well, for the headline that he gave, as in he didn't make any money. Now, per his own explanation, we know it is not as if he didn't make money.
Okay.
He made money to some extent, but perhaps his level of input is what probably is much more than what he got. And to say he didn't make any money, maybe on the other side, because when it comes to, so like he said, they were depending on direct income, as in they playing shows and getting money. And you confirm that is money. Maybe you did not get enough. That is where the conversation, I believe, should start from. But when you can say Nacee came free, it's like, why you Juman way Yakubu? You understand? But the money I had is not enough, or the money I got is not enough. That starts the conversation. Then we will know, okay, because we know when it comes to music business, money comes from so many parts. So at which part were you getting, and which avenues were blocked? Then we would know. And he, per his statement, I can clearly see that the direct income, as in getting shows and taking money, that door was open. But the ones that were closed were how to monetize or market the songs or sell the songs on the street, whether through cassettes or whether through CDs or whether through online. That was their challenge. And during their time, it migrated from the CD to the pen drive to the online. It was through that particular transition that they missed out. And that is what I deduced from his explanation. So yes, for him to say he did not make money, I would prefer maybe he did not make enough money, because to some extent you made money. To some extent you may not have physical cash, but that particular project or that particular time also added some value to you, which you can also monetize it and make money. Now people come to you, JMJ, not because you are JMJ now, but it is because of what you did during that particular time. And that is what is paying off. So maybe that time you may not have gotten anything, but that is how sometimes show business works. There are certain things that you may do that you may not get the returns as at then, but in the future or the next day you may get a certain income that may not necessarily be because of the services that you have maybe provided in that future, but it's because of what you did in the past that is actually paying off in the future for you. So yes, for me, I wish he would have said. And when people, like experienced people in the game, speak like this, Charlie, this conversation, first it was, I think, Bulldog, who also came with a similar conversation, and it all had to do with migrating from one era into a different era. And me, whenever I hear people make some of these statements, it breaks my heart. Say, Charlie, this is a period where we are obia dania boa, obia dania boa one nanibi. After you suicide ni yaro. You understand? It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate. Most of the streaming companies that we don't have them in Ghana, most of these online blogs that we don't have them in Ghana here, it's all because of some of these things. Most of the distributors of music who would have migrated or online, and all these our guys, the Despite and all those people would have been owning Boomplay and other stuff. And we wouldn't have to go and complain or compete, even if they don't own the streaming platforms. At least their companies would mediate good deals for our people, because as at the time that they were serving as executive producers, they were giving the musicians good money. They were mediating between the musicians and the consumers, and they were giving them good money. Ask all these musicians that had executive producers, executive producers as they call them. Ask them. Most of them will tell you, Charlie, it is this person that gave me good money for music. It is that person that gave me good money for music. And it is all because these people were knowing or had links to sell the music. And it is today what we are looking for. I'm for a Dianico Empire, Dianico Wanya, Yebu Munina, Moko Science, Traminable contract. It is because we don't have the people, or that migration from one era into a different era. No, that has always been our problem, and JMJ's statement is a confirmation of that. Like he said, most people have uploaded their content on their YouTube page or on their channels, but he and his people are the rights owners. What's happening to them? It is because when the migration started, they missed out. Unfortunately, they were also, their mind were fixated on a different part. And it's unfortunate. Maybe now he's seen his mistakes. There are people that can help him rectify. Fortunately for him, there are so many people. Only own Timia Chemo Waha into those digital solutions. Coolly, baby, and Sika Shebiano or
Well, like Roland said, sometimes when some of these statements are made, it puts some fear into those who are in it. And again, it scares or it drives away potential investors, because this is JMJ, and Chemo talked about his weight. Indeed, JMJ is a heavyweight, and for him to come out like this. But once again, he's speaking his truth, but a truth that has been modified. Truth that starts and later it changes, and you're not too sure where the truth is ending and where the lies follow up. So I hope that moving forward, he talked about knowledge. Maybe at this stage, if you don't have knowledge, don't venture into this business. And one of the things that I tell people, don't come and think that, oh, this business is going to buy 5,000 and tomorrow going to sell it at 5,500. It doesn't work like that. Set your machinery right, engines right, so that when the engine starts running, the results will come to you. And many people always don't get it right. They did not set their engines right. Reason today, he's complaining bitterly. But the more omuninko na de aka no yemfa that dear nesse kind near to enyina ho emmo ho ban. That is what it means. Now, when you go online, another thing that is also really causing confusion is about the death of a blogger called Jean-Claude, who used to work with BiniPress.com. That is Elon Bini as the boss. The gentleman unfortunately died in a road accident when he was on a road with two other musicians, Fosu and K Bless, former Bless. Okay, yeah. The name was Bless, and now he's added K Bless to it. Former Bless of Chocho Bucho fame. When the accident happened and the gentleman died, they also suffered severe injuries and all that needed serious attention for them to heal. As it stands now, they are still recovering. But unfortunately, the funeral of the blogger happened over the weekend, and Fosu and Bless could not attend. Reasons best known to them. Some Fosu has explained. I hear Bless has also spoken in another interview, but I'm yet to get those details of what he also said in that interview. But for purposes of the discussion and those who might not have heard Fosu speak, I want us to pay attention to some of the things he said in this interview. And when I come back, we release a statement, and again, why many people are on his neck, pressing his neck and telling him to do this, to do that. So far, Warren. No, let's listen to what he said first, Richie. Let's listen to what he said first before we come back to. So it started with some anger like this, and he said, Elombini, you and your guys are very funny to play with my name. Go to a Palm police station and fight for justice for our brother Claude. The one who hit us with his car is walking freely, my boy. Don't play with fire. It will burn you. I'm sure when Elombini and his people started complaining of his no-show at the funeral, he wasn't happy, and he started giving them some salvos like this. Meanwhile, he's also spoken in an interview. Richard, don't you have that one? Is that
the one on hit?
Yeah. Well, okay, so before we even go for that, he has released a statement trying to explain what might have happened. And the statement reads, Statement is actually today, dated July 22nd, 2024. It says, statement from Fosu regarding recent events and public backlash to my fans, the media, the general public. And he says, I want to take this opportunity to directly address the recent events and the public backlash regarding my absence from the funeral of the late John Claude Tamaklo, who tragically passed away in the recent Accra Apam Highway accident. First and foremost, I extend my deepest condolences to the family and loved ones of the deceased. This loss is deeply felt, and my thoughts and prayers are with you during this incredibly difficult time. Additionally, I want to clarify some misunderstandings that have arisen. My team intended to attend the 1-week observation of the deceased. However, we learned that the family was unhappy with me because they believed their son was traveling with me at the time of the accident. Although we were in the same car, that was the first time I saw him or talked to him. This misinformation has caused further pain, and I regret any distress this has caused the family. Earlier today, I was interviewed by Hit FM's DJ Slim, and during the interview, I became overwhelmed with emotions. I explained that my absence from the funeral was due to two main reasons. The deceased was not personally known to me, and I'm still in the process of recuperating from the injuries I sustained in the accident. My caregivers have advised against travel and attending public gatherings as part of my recovery process. Unfortunately, my emotions got a better part of me, leading to an outburst that I deeply regret. This outburst was fueled by my feeling that people were not truly concerned about my state of health. I understand that my reaction was inappropriate, and I'm sincerely sorry for any hurt or distress it caused. I am committed to reaching out personally to the family of the deceased to offer my condolences and support. I also urge the Ghana police to expedite investigations into the unfortunate accident so all parties will be amicably appeased. I hope we can all find a way to heal and move forward together during this challenging time. Thank you for your understanding, support, and patience. Fosu. And I want to clap for the person who wrote
this, bro. I swear. I swear. What's that?
It's in his name, so he did it.
Yeah,
if
no, I understand.
I can call you so I get
what I mean is that I want to commend the person. I'm not saying it's not
Fosu inspired the person
who
wrote it down to write.
But Chemo, say money to Sammy Flex said and you
see, this is the difference between creatives and the other professionals.
Yeah.
I'm sure in all, Fosu would have wanted to
say
this way. But you see their emotions.
Yes,
and that is the issue with creatives. Their emotions always get a better part of them. So the real issue will not mind
offside.
Because you see what is in the press statement.
Yeah.
Perfectly stated.
Yes, I agree.
And it was the same thing he wanted to say.
No.
But that time, no emotions. And you see, so the question is not about no.
And again, I think because of the way they gang up to,
yes,
it's like they want to smear his name with something bad. I mean, when I saw some of the messages, some of the post online, I was like, no, it's like they have planned to just do him bad. Like, so he wanted to fight back.
This is one of the challenges. That is if oftentimes some creatives can take their time in response so that they allow the pros around them to do the job for them. It is hard.
Yeah.
No, in fact, it's hard. But reading this, I'm impressed. I think I even have to go and post it on my timeline on social media. Like, I'm impressed. Richie, let's listen to what he said that has caused all this wahala we are experiencing now.
Information circulating on social media that you were bent on performing at the TGMA right after the accident. Man for person use and no say then you are fit to be a part of a funeral.
My main concern is I wish and can the Dustin friends say interview we nanka ma can the cray will match them nanka the Dustin so be cancel the cray will match them. The day in many blessing na hospital or Sammy a fita mo fair bless and I'm fair bless the manager and me person Montana or whoever. Mon friend young shape na your woman. But when we were there, music performing Ejuma, they paid me on that. And I'm a young embedded. And he said, "Oh, you made me a perfume for not me. Nimpun amponumuna, me no me yare no means me no send the down. Me proper, but me no send the down, not at the coming. And I'm no send the down. Watching my wife and my kids, I'm about hospital, me show me, hey, think we are coming in and come bed. I just want it just like to say Claude the ABL. I was there when Andy Dusty called me that almost share a matchy the day and union. They wanted to share a matchy the day and union. But also my friend, no friend, me believe the top and they don't send me at the top and say, I should do what? Can be. Now make me the performance. And say, Andy, make me. I will sit in a wheelchair. Even in management, I'm on so mechanical, the doctors were not part of it. I'm on. But for me, say, hey, I'm actually the legendary, you know, the Yare won't kick it for super papa. The Yare Mumponum, you know, they say I will go. They should give me a wheelchair and I will sing for the man to know that our life is not dead. That was my motive. And it's my job. I can decide to go and perform and take my money. I don't care. Say John Claude, well, so what? Does that thing feed my family? Listen to me. Me a real Ghana kind of crana. You hate you. Me either you hate me or not. You can't do me silly because I have God and God and my medianibi and you nipa that and you nam krum. Unless nyamia ka unipa na wakuma and sana watching it. I have God.
Legend, Dana went to me performance so because you're really now
so the performance me and I convinced my management almost no na me convince them me say that night na I say a day before and I start to sing I'm actually the day money free and the doctor imagine obi am yare da no mu so dawo me say no I need to do this thing and I can say papa nenya me one man early in the morning and the doctor prayer the awards night and the doctor prayer say it's a sample for Abamu, and I'm doing and only actually free. No, it's not only me P, you know, Akasaka, and P, and it's on the one trying on the in Casa. Because someone will say, Made the Makuma could be trying to do something for the man. And then Andy Dusty say, Omoni Amachi de Bokumas, no more, no by no Amachi de say, Mene will be Aquacunia, like my boy back. This is an American, I'm much learning to also kind of say, my boy back, Aquacunia, accident, a free more. Yes, I'm going to say fans better say, men boy no one I'm making the performance. My main casting job, and yen agenda no. And yes, say I couldn't accident to be a wounty. And I'm busy say, na so much did they on any manager, no more cover be a management, you know, manager and accident to enter. And so much did on perform be man. And no codanching. I was feeling like so everywhere emptiness because that night, you know. People them say ya woo. Ebi mo say me nan mo bubu. Me kini nan ti be come nan yo. Circulation is there also. So that platform was huge. VGMA, you know, Ghana Music Award was huge. Me imagine say fans you know me say well now was who off winning. How are they gonna celebrate? Like that night people will cry and thank God. Because someone will say boy now what me. That's all. No bad intentions. So what has that got to do with John Claude Awowu? And then you are mentioning coming still in the bed.
Kafra.
And then John Claude Awowu, you know, that should save my life. No.
This is Hits.
Ghana music industry, Ghana entertainment, minimum woman. So I do my things accordingly. I don't just wake up and do things.
Legend.
And then I wake up, I'm still on the bed. And then wake up with this messages on social media, still trying to tarnish my image. And do you think I will forgive you people?
Legend, Mr. Kwakuma Toyem, Mensu legend. Mensu.
Even on our sick bed. I do 3 years at the hospital, 3 days spend here and him and my boy in here freaking D. Call you people to call Kindy. And they came to the hospital there to compose a song for this boy because nobody know about John Claude. Let's be frank here. Nobody knows about John Claude. Let me point it again. And how many of you people know say John Claude or your blogger? It's in bloggers now more show up more now more support money and Britain. Don't be a fool and go and then write and say you are disappointed.
I would tell legend. Am
I your rank?
I would tell legend. I would tell to was it?
KK. You know the family. I did when I mean a year free. Do you know the family? I'm taking one of them for me. Almost so free. I come we. I want him to do
KK.
Yes, it's
so that was Fosu, the interview. That's really. But before the interview, let me also admit that there were a good number of people who were lambasting him, giving him a backlash. In fact, total backlash on social media. I'm sure that was what pushed him to respond to this interview the way he did. The social media backlash started before this interview. Ro, let me start with you. How do you see the whole thing from the social media backlash, KK Fosu's interview on radio, and now the press statement apologizing for the emotional outburst?
For me, first, it is a sad situation for me, especially coming from the fact that I know John personally, and his demise in this particular manner, and the aftermath of it, where at least he is supposed to rest in peace, and everybody is supposed to heal, like together, we are supposed to help each other heal, and this whole back and forth, people displaying emotions here and there. It's sad for me. But then this morning, actually, I saw the post. I think it started from Friday. So they did some ceremonies on Friday and all of that. Then I think the burial itself happened on Saturday and all. Friday evening, I saw a post from some of my colleagues on KK Fosu didn't show up. KK, the people that the guy passed on to did not show up and everything. And I started asking myself questions, because when this thing happened, when the accident happened at first, KK Fosu and his team dropped a presser. They addressed the issue in a press release. Okay, this is a very sensitive matter, and I know it will not be ordinary for somebody like KK Fosu or even the people involved, like the people that they are calling out, the Bless and KK Fosu and all. It will not just be ordinary for them to say we won't be part of this conversation. So I was like, okay, well, it may be painful coming from, when you are coming from the other side, you are allowed to express your pain. You are pained, so whatever you think of the situation, Charlie, it is allowed.
Yeah.
If you feel somebody is wrong in a certain light, Charlie, you are in pain, let's leave the people. So for them, I understood where they are coming from, and especially somebody like Elombini. You know, he has a different understanding of the whole issue. So he's been expressing his pains and frustrations from the beginning till now. Even when people are still trying to talk to him and all of that, he's been expressing his pain till now. So I understood where they were coming from. So I was like, okay, let's have patience and listen to what the other side would also say. Because as much as I know, KK Fosu may not even, now that he's saying, he may not even know, like he didn't even know him. He didn't know him till that particular day itself. It will still not be ordinary for him to say, oh, not even a post, not even a tweet, not even a phone call to say that, oh, Charlie, how far? How did it go? How was the food? Like a little follow-up. Me, I know. It will not be ordinary. There is something wrong. So let me wait and hear from them. Then lo and behold, KK Fosu spoke. Most of the words that he used, of course, these are painful words that to people who are in pain there, they will not take it lightly. These are very painful words that he used. But then, I also took a critical look at where he was also coming from. And the first thing that crossed my mind is, this is a frustrated soul. He is frustrated by everything happening around him. His mind has not settled. Just like the people that are in pain for their loss. Yes, you are in pain because you've lost a loved one. He is currently in pain, even though he's not like lost his life. He's not lost a loved one like you think you have, but he is also pained and frustrated like you. With everything that is around. You know, when things happen, everybody and how they process stuff, everybody and how they receive news, everybody and how they recover. And unfortunately for KK Fosu, he is in the center of this, whether it is his fault or not. He is seen as a leader, of which the others around him are expecting him not to show pain and frustration. So whether Unai Chao, whether Wadi Bomu, whether where did you, don't come and tell us. Don't say it.
Endure it.
Endure it and come and do what we want you to do. These are two painful and frustrated groups clashing. You know. That's how I see this. Because KK Fosu is also looking at Charlie. So after this, the guy has lost his life. I could have also lost my life like he did. And Kamisumi to me, and think Kamisumi, young Kambeba Benyani me funu say omne year and accident. You understand? So now God has been good to him. He did not die. But then there are things that he is also recovering from. And to think of the fact that, okay, who sought an explanation from me? Why never beside me for an explanation?
Who invited him that he
exactly. What is the conversation surrounding him and this whole issue? Like he said, there is even a perception that the family self is angry at him. And I know this thing is true. Per the conversations that are going around, I know this is true. There can be a misinformation somewhere. So yes, he is also frustrated in his own way. Also doing say, okay, hey, and it has blocked so many of his things that are coming to him, including his everyday life, like what he normally does. So anybody will be frustrated by this. Anybody will be frustrated by this. So me, when he was speaking, the only thing I was seeing was, Charlie, this is somebody that is overwhelmed with emotions and frustrations. He is just venting. And that's it. And that's it. Whoever wrote this particular presser, I will join you and applaud that particular person. Because that person was able to speak out of the same emotions KK Fosu expressed. To a better understanding. Because the other one there you will not understand. The one KK Fosu said there, that one you will not understand. But the person was able to craft that same statement. What KK Fosu said in the morning is no different from what is in the statement. But this one is devoid of emotions. And it could have ended here. But then, Charlie, this is a creative person that is frustrated in his own light, in his own corner, and is also trying to express himself. Because the manner at which the whole thing went to him, or the people came at him from the beginning of this conversation, I believe it is also one of the reasons why he is also pained. Because when he said, first, he did not even state his relation with the guy from the onset. So that perception, say the guy is working for him, was there. So even the people that do not understand the whole matter say, oh, he doesn't have that close relationship with the boy. They don't know, because from the beginning accident in the buy, there was no communication to the fact say, oh, Ebia, yeah, Kono joining. And I say, oh, this is the first time I met him. So now people have that perception, say, oh, and your new Juma, and the boy. So me, I just pray, say, in the coming days, this particular presser will be able to sieve some of the emotions out.
Yeah.
So both parties will be able to meet and talk this out. This one, they need to meet and talk it out.
There is something I am also even seeing. You see, in account settings, when you have to go for funerals, it is not just the appearance. It's about what you're also going to give. And knowing that you are the musician and the guy traveled with you, when you come there, we are not expecting anything less from you.
Yes.
And exactly. And I want to be sure that him too, from that day till now, he might have lost a lot.
Yeah.
And
it's been home poor and now Sunday years. Only and it's a pine so
frustration.
All these things will make you swerve, even when you know about it.
Frustration
and again, nobody is talking about an official invitation to him.
Yes.
It's another thing.
Yes.
He is not an ordinary person.
Yes.
So if you think that
I hear someone called Kakie Fosu's manager and told him that, oh, I think today is the funeral. Yes, I think today is the funeral. Are you coming? I was like, but you guys never even gave me a reminder or something, or you should have called me earlier.
Yes, exactly. If you think that Kakie Fosu, he is a personality that has to appear at the funeral service, then you should also do the needful and invite him officially. You didn't treat him fairly. When we go that direction, even if we take it like that, like we all know that when somebody dies and we will all hear it, there will be announcements and everything, but there are some personality that the family will go to their houses and then invite them officially, tell them that our beloved or whoever is dead and we are inviting you to come. You didn't do that. So you are treating him like an ordinary person who can come for the funeral. And that ordinary person may not come based on other personal reasons. And in this case, Kakie Fosu has them. He has certain things that he can say, based on this, I can't attend. And one of them could be even financial. And then other things, he is sick or he is not fully recovered. He has not fully recovered. It's another thing. And now he's also frustrated because his means of making money or taking care of his... Yes, exactly. So there are so many factors fighting against Kakie Fosu, emotionally and even physically. You didn't invite him officially. Meanwhile, you are now accusing him that he didn't come. Why? Because he's a special person. Because it was not only Kakie Fosu that he traveled with. There were other people, Bless and then the driver.
Yes.
And then they are mentioning Montana or something like that.
I think he's the manager of Bless.
Okay. So why are they not mentioning the driver who was also traveling with them? Or the Montana guy who was also traveling with them? Because they are, like, for you, they are not celebrities. They will not make any impact whether they come or not.
They don't matter.
They don't matter. Kakie Fosu matters, but you didn't invite him officially. You are treating him like the other guys, ordinary. And if for other reason he can't come back, if you do it officially, he would have responded by saying, oh, based on this and that, I can't come, or oh, I will make it no matter what. That's the official way that you are dealing with him. You didn't deal with him officially. You are doing your thing. He is also doing his thing. It's like, take care of whatever happened to you. We are taking care of our thing. There's no connection there. But you went ahead to do your thing, and later you want to blame him or make him look bad for not attending. That's not fair. That's not fair. Yes, I agree that it would have been better if the presser came before him speaking, or he would not even speak, but the presser would do the job for him. Exactly. It would have been better. Exactly. Yes. When emotions take over, sometimes you will say certain things that you regret later. And obviously, the presser is telling us that yes, because of his emotion, he
couldn't
said
answer the
certain,
question.
yes,
wrong.
and
Yeah.
he said certain things that he's now apologizing for. And I think people should treat Keke Fosu with the fairness that we want everybody to have. For me, they are not treating him fairly at all. The first thing is that first in the presser they put it in that when now the family is not even happy with him because they don't have full information, or they think that he was working with him.
Yes.
And that one was forced. It is not true. So what is the family, or what did the family do that will make KK Fosu feel at ease to attend the funeral? And the best way would have been inviting him officially,
for him to feel like
that
there's
okay,
no
the
problem.
family feel that I can come there, but you didn't do that.
Maybe he was even scared of being attacked.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
The factors are so much that you can't just come into conclusion when you hear that KK didn't attend. The family side and whoever is there coordinating things, they are not being fair to KK Fosu. And again, when all the social media posts that I saw from the beginning were against KK Fosu. KK Fosu didn't come. KK Fosu didn't try. KK Fosu and his people, they are wicked. I'm disappointed and all. That's all that I saw. So if you are KK Fosu or part of his team, you will not be happy about it. When I saw that, I was like, but why? KK Fosu didn't come, so what? So the guy will wake up if he came or what? Like, there were so many things happening, and I think they were not fair to him. It would have been nice that he will appear there. It will be good. And the best way to do that is to invite him officially. So if he doesn't come, then we hold him that, Nacee will cry, or we invite you. And you didn't say that, hey, for some reason I can't attend. Or for some reason I can't make it. Like, man, we are no official now, and we will be saying something different.
That's true.
Man, official invitation. And to Omra Homede, because he is not an ordinary person. In fact, that's the reason why you guys are even talking. Say KK Fosu, because he's not an ordinary person. But you didn't give him that treatment. They are not being fair to him, and the guy is gone. I think it's better that they just resolve things at the back door instead of trying to smear him in a bad way. It's not fair.
Well, beautifully said, and we wish both families well. The families of the late Jean-Claude and KK Fosu as well. And KK says he's still in the hospital, or he's still on hospital bed, recovery bed. We pray for his fast recovery so he can also get back on the stage and start making money to feed himself and the family, as he stipulated in the interview. Now, moving forward, let's handle some events. Some major events happened over the weekend, one in Ghana and one in London. And I would want us to start with the London event, where last Friday, I think we even discussed it, how Nacee and his PASO team, that is the organizers of the KAVOD 2024 in London, how they were able to fly a great number of celebrities from Ghana to London for the KAVOD events. Now, after the event, I'm sure it has now made sense why all these people were there. We've seen how attendance was beautiful. We've seen setting of stage, delivery, and all those things coming up to show that indeed the people who really invested in that thing had a cost. Now look at the queue, and this was like afternoon. Okay, sorry, the fact that the sun is up does not mean it's afternoon. Like say 6 that way. This time be like 5, 6 that way, and know the venue very well, Dominion Center, and look at the queue. This is something you don't see with Ghanaian events. The queue up there alone will tell you the excitement and the kind of energy people wanted to go to the event. Like, look at the numbers. Wow, so interesting. And after we've seen the reviews, we've seen all the actors on the stage doing it their own way. And to me, now the reason for that particular expenditure has made sense as I talk to you now. Ro, I don't know what you have seen so far. What have you seen so far? Looking at KAVOD 2024, Nacee and his team in London.
Well, this particular event was one of the events that I was actually looking out for, like following every step, by the way, from the promotion to the event day and everything. So I was still monitoring online. Yes, following people who were there, their posts and socials, commentaries and all of that. And I must say congratulations to Nacee and his team and the organizers as well for putting up such a beautiful event. It's huge. I mean, when you even look at the level of enthusiasm that the people put in from the beginning of the announcement, including the artists that were entertainers that were put on this particular project, I am not surprised that they had this kind of turnout. Because Charlie, if the people on the show itself are in high spirits, it's one of the things that will drive people to still come and see. And these are people that people are yearning to see. They are marketable. The people would want to see them. People would want to have a feel of them. So definitely, and the people did not disappoint. Per the videos and the footages that I've seen, the entertainers did not disappoint.
They did not.
From crane to crank.
Yeah, I've seen Abrawa Mafia in her element. And I think they've uploaded the footage on YouTube.
And
yeah, I'll confirm. I saw something like
and
that.
And it's beautiful. It was beautiful. I mean, when I was watching the videos, the only thing I could say was, wow.
It's nice.
It's nice. And to me, better than this. Of course, there's always more room for improvement, but for them to have done this now, it's one of the things that make me happy that yes, we are giving a whole different experience to the event space. Mostly a music concert, but this is one of a kind, where theater, movie, and music combines on stage. This is one of a kind that can travel like across the world. And me, I hope and pray we will not be pioneers and others will be the flag bearers. That is one of my prayer, because this is a new phase to the international event space, where people not long ago, Burna Boy did one where he brought somebody like Sabinus to do his introduction for him.
So this was the acting.
Yes, this was the drama side of it. Yes.
And to have Nana McBrown,
Dr. Likey, Clemento
Suarez, Abrawa Mafia, and Checheku.
Laughter overdose.
No, they killed it.
Excitement overdose was also there.
Yes. No, this will be
exciting.
And these are people who can act extempore.
Yes,
as they call it. Like these are who can
very spontaneous.
The act.
Clemento Suarez, most of his theater productions, the producers will tell you he always follows the script too, but he always also has a way of adding up. And same with Foster Romanus, who is also good on stage. Abrawa Mafia, you can't complain. These are pros. Yeah. Pros in the game. These are pros in the game. And Charlie, you can't, they can't go wrong. So me, I know, and I am happy that the people that turned out really got value for their money. That tomorrow or the following time, if the organizers say we would want to do again, at least they are assured that the people, because they gave them value for money, they would love to attend. Like I said, my prayer is that we will not be pioneers of some of these things. Then later, people will be flag bearers, hoisting the flag elsewhere, taking all the accolades, then we will come and cry again. We started it when we took Abrawa Mafia. Nanama Magba, where were you people? What were you doing? Please, we should learn to grow.
I see. Chavo, what have you also seen so far?
So far, I've seen some of the video. Abrawa Mafia, Checheku, and Dr. Likey. And I've also seen the Nacee one.
Nacee's performance,
and the way the whole auditorium, everybody there was into it. Like they were doing it with him. The Asida song was fantastic. I think yes, this one this is value for money from what we have seen. I don't know if later somebody will come and complain about something else, but what is coming out, I think they did it so well that people were happy with the results, because all the videos that I've seen, you can see the audience also responding to whatever is happening, and it was constant. Like it's not like they will come and go. Like every move, everything that anybody will say, you will get you will get the sound coming from the audience. So I think they have done well, and I'm not so surprised because of what I last time I said about Nacee and the PCS stammer. I think they do it so well that they will have enough experience to handle other ones. So this one, we will say kudos to them, and yeah, I will agree with Roland. Unless maybe they are running at a loss here. If they made money from this one, then obviously they shouldn't stop. That they should continue. But
there's something they can really travel with.
Yeah.
Do a whole tour with this.
Yes. Even if not in America, other European countries.
Yeah, they can enter Europe and be moving around.
Do more. So maybe this is good. So yeah, kudos to them.
Well, finally, let's do some review of one major event as well. Remember Shatta issue with the University of Ghana, Legon, some few months ago, where a scheduled show that was supposed to happen at TF Hall was cancelled due to a supposed clash with Stoneboy, who also had another show at the Liman Hall. It came with so many controversies. The dean of the university talking, and Shatta team also talking as well. Obviously, it did not end beautifully for the parties who were involved, but things were resolved, meetings were held, and today I can tell you that we have been welcomed once again at the University of Ghana, that is Legon, when the SRC, I hear this was actually the very last one before the semester closes, and that the people really wanted to see Shatta before the semester closes. So when it was resolved, finally the king was also given another invitation to wrap up the whole SRC celebration, and we experienced the movie last Saturday at the Pent Hall. And as it stands now, so many stories are out, reviews and what have you. And I want to ask my people what they also saw, starting with Roland. Roland was there, so I'm sure he can provide even more information before Chemo takes over.
Well, it was a beautiful show. My only disappointment was the time that the whole thing started, the whole organization and all. But in terms of delivery of the star performer, the one that everybody was there to see, I mean, it was a very beautiful show, and I like the fact that this particular show is coming not so far from when the other issue happened. I mean, the issue that led to the cancellation and all the controversies around it. Because I believe this will also go a long way to show or even encourage us to solve our problems. As much as we may have our differences, our understanding, we can still work together. And like you said, when that particular issue started, it did not end well for all the parties involved in any set or form. But then, it says it has been resolved. Look at how beautiful the whole thing. This is the end result of that particular, how do we call resolution, or that particular meetup, that particular conversation to make sure we settle differences. And this is the result, where everybody that left there excited. Everybody that came there. It was a very rainy day. It rained throughout.
Yeah, the day.
It rained throughout. But then the people still showed up, even as at the time, giving the organizers stress and heat on grounds, even when it comes to putting things, logistics together. Self, Charlie, organizers are best at your track at stage. Track because yes, they've waited for long, and the event did not start too early and all of that. And let me also say a big thank you to the school for allowing, because it is for the students. And it would have resulted in the other conversation again, the one that we are just coming back from. So it was good. And one thing that I don't know why I should get used to it by now, but it looks like it is the reception that somebody like Shatta gets anytime he's in a different environment. Like sometimes you think about it and you know, okay, this is a people's person. He has fans. People love him. But at certain situation, you know, people have fans, but in certain corners, sometimes the love is limited. Like there's limitations to where you get some of these receptions. But as a Shatta the any day, and it is coming at a moment where this is a zone that, quote and unquote, you had a fight with. It's in Kenya, Shekran, Kaudia, sending the crown, Ama, students, but say a boycott issue near Ma.
Yeah.
But the love that was shown on the day was something that when I was looking into the crowd, I was like, wow. So aside everything, then where does the differences come from? Differences na for him and I am happy it was able to like resolve, and he went back to school. Shatta went back to school, and
he said he's not a lecturer.
Yeah. and he wants to marry the dean. He says he wants to marry the dean.
Oh my God.
He says he. So it was a very beautiful show. It was a very beautiful show. The performance there, of course, Shatta on stage, he can't even give less of himself, even if he wants to. Even if he wants to, he can't. And even if it is 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, he would still deliver hard. And so it was a very stressful day for some of us, but it was an exciting day for everybody.
Well, Chemo, wrap up the show for us.
Beautiful one. I wasn't there, but I also got the update. I mean, when you go online at that time, all that you see is Shatta here, Shatta there, Shatta everywhere. So he was trending on Twitter. So obviously, I'll have to go and then follow the trends. And from what I saw, I mean, he delivered all the songs. Like they were singing it with him. They were in the rains, but hey, they don't care. They are just doing their thing and all that. So it was a beautiful one. I even saw a video that Kojo Sheldon's team did.
I saw that.
There was a lady crying.
On the stage.
When he kissed the lady's hand.
No. There was one lady who was on the stage.
Okay.
She was having some SM flag.
Okay. The one in the yellow cap.
She was wearing a white top.
A white top and jeans knicker holding a flag. She was in a yellow cap, I think, from the beginning.
So it was a beautiful day. I mean, the event went well. So kudos to the team. I think you also did well. And then again, whatever happened now, it is resolved. I mean, I will rather tell the people in academia especially that when it comes to things like this, they should slow down in taking decisions so that they will get it right. It will not be like after the fact that they will have to act, so that it will not even bring some of these things. Apart from that, I mean, Shatta Wale is a show boy, or at this time, let me say showman. Showman, and he will give it to you the way you want it, regardless of where he is. If he's dealing with the corporate, he knows how to
play the game.
If it is for the student, he will know how to.
Now at every point in time, he knows how to play the game.
Yes, and he did it so well for the SRC week. So kudos to him as well. It was beautiful.
Well, beautiful ending as usual. This is how we are starting our week here on Showbiz Daily, live on Sammy Flex TV. And thanks for watching. For the topics, we would also love to read from you, your commentaries. That is, if you have something else to say, or if you want to supply some more information to this, feel free and share it with us. We would really appreciate it. If you've not subscribed to us, please do so we can connect even more. Special thanks to the panel members here, Roland Amate at the extreme end, and Intim Dodo Solomon Chemo, who is in the middle, to the producers of the show, Digital Rasta Keris, who did our camera for us, and Richie Flex, editor director of the show. My name is Sammy Flex. Until then, we meet again in our next video. We're out of here. Bye-bye.